the mighty Boosh bare their souls to reveal where on earth their comedy comes from.
I quite like Pipkins, do you remember that?
Yeah, partly hair. But first, the mighty Boosh are back with the third series of one of the most original comedies on TV. We asked Noel Fielding and Julian Barrett, the boys behind the Boosh universe, to tell us what influences their fantasy world. Sometimes a bit scary. Sometimes a bit sexy. Always a bit silly.
I like Saturn.
The Boosh are back for a third series.
What can one expect from the new series of the Mighty Boosh?
Oh no, I mean...
Julian Barrett.
I don't know, we've got a whole panoply of things happening in the new series, haven't we?
It's like a big fat quiche of ideas.
It's like a palimpsest. It's a culture show, yeah?
Yeah, we're not open, actually. I've got to turn the sign round, thanks. Yeah, I said we're not open.
Hitcher's coming back.
What have we got here?
He's pretty evil in this one. Yeah, there's a whole episode about the Hitcher.
Eels!
He's old school Dalston, so he doesn't really like the fact that we've moved in.
Eels! Join in, boy! Eels? Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
Eels. I'm just going to caress this throughout the interview. It's quite nice to hold them. It's like a big marble. I'm thinking in terms of like when I was a child with the marbles.
Like a ball bearing.
That's how big the
You
marbles
were never
were,
that
wasn't it?
small, though, were
When I
you?
was
That
little,
you
yeah.
held a marble like this?
Yeah.
What were you, like a sort of peanut?
That's no marble. That's the Boosh sphere of influence. Let's start at the beginning. Childhood.
Childhood influences.
Well, there's Raggety.
See the way I did that? Smooth like syrup. Raggety, yeah.
Raggety. Rupert Bear. Yeah, I think it was a certain incarnation of Rupert Bear that we must have seen.
He was like a puppet, a wood nymph, and he was sort of...
A root, I think he was, wasn't he?
He's like a little root sprite, wasn't he?
A weird turnipy face.
I think he used to cause mayhem when he came out, though, didn't he? He was quite anarchic. I don't mean he just came out. He used to come out and push people over, sort of do stuff, urinate on people. He was quite sort of crazy, wasn't he? A bit like a bouffant.
Yeah.
When was that? In the 70s?
I quite like Pipkins. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Hartley Hare.
My name is Hartley Hare, and today I'm going to talk to you about being naughty.
Hartley Hare was a bit of a kind of
He was all like...
raggedy-ish type thing. He had a sort of quite
Mouldy.
messy, sort of Frank Mayer type feel to him.
Big teeth,
Yeah,
mouldy.
yeah.
He used to go down the road, didn't he? Like in real life on location, but a puppet going down the road.
You made me do so many naughty things today that nobody likes me, and I'm very unhappy. Ah, I didn't mean it, Michael. Honestly, I was just having a naughty day.
The Boosh sphere of influence. Music.
Musically, we're influenced by...
Prog music.
yeah, my dad was into prog.
Yeah, my dad was really into prog, yes.
Yeah. My dad was into a lot of jazz fusion, Mahavishnu Orchestra. Weather report, you know, all that sort of stuff.
Can.
For me.
Here's a number from Cannes, and this is Vernal Equinox.
But my dad used to DJ at sort of Rasta clubs at some point, so he's got quite eclectic taste.
Is that where he got called Yellow Man?
Go on, yellow man. Yeah, in the Rasta clubs. And that was my uncle, actually, when he was dancing. The Rastas used to go to him, go on, yellow man, when he was dancing.
1, 2, 1, 2. Yo, check this out. It's the jump off right there. I want everybody to put your rope down, put your guns down.
We like a lot of rap as well, the Wu-Tang Clan, Cool Keith.
They've got characters and they've got...
They have sort of lots of different characters and...
different aliases.
They do albums for just an alias. Amazing. It's like having different characters in a sketch show. And, but in prog, you know, concept albums, they're sort of...
Yeah, that's how I sort of was massively influenced by War of the Worlds and Journey to the Centre of the Earth.
Yeah, narratives. We are really interested in stories, aren't we?
We're thinking of doing a sort of an album or something, and our first thoughts were try and do a concept album, a type of narrative type thing, a bit... Because it's sort of, to try and to stuff in between, to link it and make it feel like you're entering into a world, which what I always supposed love to do when I was young.
Magic worlds.
The Boosh Sphere of influence. Film.
My favourite film's Performance. Donald Camel, Nicholas Roeg.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Eh?
I must have watched it 200 times, and it's got great music in it, and it's got great editing, and it looks fantastic.
You haven't watched it 200 times?
I must have, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's the film I've watched most in my life. I used to just put it on when I was getting ready to go out, and I'd put it on... At one point, I put it on every single day. I was obsessed with it. It's like the best gangster film, but it's psychedelic as well. It's got Jagger in it. It's got everything, that film. It's such a good film. Getting into, what's his name, Jodorowsky recently.
Yeah.
El Topo. His stuff's just incredible. It's like eating a whole meal of chocolate and then having to eat loads of sweets. It's like it's so rich with imagery and stuff. It wears you out quite quickly, but just sort of outstanding, the amount of images packed into one film.
The Boosh Sphere of Influence. Art.
Aesthetics are really important to us, aren't they? We both like Rousseau, don't we?
Yeah.
I really love Rousseau because I love the same way that I love, you know, the Jungle Book. It's just the idea of the jungle is more powerful than the actual jungle. So it was a much more magical, imagined jungle, so it was much more sort of powerful because it was dreamlike and strange and exotic to him, rather than actually, if you go to the jungle, it's probably full of big bugs and is a bit creepy and not as visually pleasing. So we tried to give the show a look, don't we, in that way.